Welcome back. It's been quite a while since I have uploaded any videos, and I wanted to start this video by giving you a brief introduction of what this channel has been all about over the past couple of years since I have started this channel, in case you are new here. So I started this predominantly to introduce commercial diving, which is my job, to people. So that was one of the goals when I started this video a couple of years ago. So I have done a few videos explaining what commercial diving is all about. In fact, the last video I did on this channel was last year about saturation diving or closed belt diving. And the rest of the content has been mainly about motorcycles and traveling and motor vlogging. So I have a Royal Enfield Continental GT 650, a bike that I absolutely love. We have done quite a few miles together. I've taken it from Manchester in England, which is where I used to live, to Norway, the most northern parts of mainland Norway, North Cape. It was around 10,000 kilometer trip I did a few years ago. And also I have taken it across Europe to France, Switzerland, the Alps, a trip that I did with my friend and his Triumph Thruxton to the Alps, which was one of my most favorite trips. However, because of my work and living arrangements at the moment, I have decided to move to Norway, which is where I am currently living since early this year. And the Royal Enfield Continental GT 650, I still have it. I would never be able to sell that bike because of how much history we have together. However, that bike is in England. Bringing a bike long term to another country is not the easiest thing to do in terms of logistics. And also, I think my riding style over the years, where I was 4 years ago, I wanted something to look like a cafe racer, to be this cool, beautiful machine. Where I was 4 years ago is quite different to where I am now, where I would like to be as comfortable as I can be on the bike, and also a machine that would allow me to get out there and have adventure, basically be able to get out more in the element. So that brings me to, probably I have mentioned this on the title of this video or the thumbnail, the new bike that I decided to go ahead and buy. So when I moved to Norway, I was in search of a new bike, and obviously being a Royal Enfield fan, I was aware of the news, the big news of the new Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 that was being released in Europe this year. I have ridden the old Himalayan quite a few times, and nothing but good memories on that bike. I did an adventure day out in North Devon. That was that one, versus also the Honda CRF 300. I think my decision was mainly amongst those two bikes. I wanted a relatively simple, lightweight adventure bike. I didn't want to go heavy, big and complicated, so it was initially between those two, but that was the Honda CRF versus the old Himalayan. But with the news of the new Himalayan, it was kind of a no-brainer for me to wait. So I decided to go ahead and reserve a bike in March this year, and in July, which is a couple of months ago, today is the 13th of August as I'm recording this video. So in July I got my Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. I rode it from Oslo to Bergen, which is where I live. It's about a 500 kilometer ride. There's only one dealership here in Norway. And since then I have almost 2,000 kilometers on the bike. Majority of it been commuting to work, which is a 40 kilometer commute, a round trip for me. You know, I'm getting a feel of it. I haven't taken it off-road, which is one of my goals with this bike, to be able to get out there and have proper adventure. So I am really enjoying the bike. Just everything about it is, I mean, if you go out there and look at the reviews, I think that you'd struggle to find any bad or anything negative about these bikes. There are little niggles here and there, but as a whole, it's been very positively welcomed into the motorcycle world, and my experience so far has been nothing but loving the bike, particularly the engine and how comfortable it is. Obviously for me, coming from a cafe racer to an adventure bike, just being comfortable, seating position, I can be on the bike all day without getting cramped, unlike my Royal Enfield Continental GT, which at the time I thought it was comfortable. I mean, it's a comfortable cafe racer, but it's still a cafe racer, so it's a complete different ball game, a different style, and a style that I'm really enjoying, just the whole comfort element. Anyways, with the news of the new bike and my new living arrangements, I decided to dust off my vlogging gear and make this video, and with the hope to continue this YouTube journey on a more regular basis. So I feel quite a bit out of practice in terms of making videos. Not that I was ever fully into the groove of making videos, but today particularly I feel quite a bit out of practice. But anyways, that's okay. It's just part of the journey. So I've dusted off all of my gear stuff. I've bought a new action camera, so I'm excited about that. I've installed it on my helmet, and that brings me on to the plan for this video. So as I said, I'm currently in Bergen, west coast of Norway, and Bergen, if you've heard of Bergen, you probably have heard that it rains a lot. It's actually the rainiest city in Europe, and no need to say that it is raining now. It's been raining all week. However, tomorrow I am getting a bit of a better reading on the weather forecast for tomorrow. It's not going to be sunny, but there's going to be patches of sun, mainly clouds, not much rain. So I decided to go for a ride tomorrow. It's going to be about 6 hours of riding, I think, round trip to the place I'm going. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. So tomorrow early morning I'm hoping to get out there. So, just to give you a little funny story of the gear I predominantly use during my time on the Royal Enfield GT 650, and this is what I used basically doing majority of traveling. I went to North Cape, which is the north of Norway, in September, and up there it's pretty cold, you know, September time, and I was wearing these riding jeans which are extremely comfortable, and they look cool like normal jeans. Obviously they are protective, and they have the pockets for knee pads, and also here, really comfortable. I love them for warm weather, but it's not something you want to ride to the north of Norway with in September. So I basically had this with about 3 other layers of thermals underneath. I think every town I was getting to, the colder I was getting, I was buying another layer of merino wool, which still wasn't optimal. Obviously I had a layer of waterproof on top, and I was kind of damp and cold most of the time. I had used these boots, which are the TCX. I love them, so comfortable, but in heavy rain they last a while and then they soak through. And this is my riding jacket, the Belstaff Trial Master Pro, that I love, and I brought it with me. I think it's aging and it's developed this pattern. This is where I was, and this is the gear I used for my riding on the GT. And as I said, I wanted to be more practical, more comfortable, more kind of thinking less about getting wet, and just being kind of more focused on being comfortable and enjoying the adventure and the scenery. So that's why I decided to invest in better quality in terms of functionality gear. So I went with Revit. I show you the boots. These are the Discovery GTX. I have used them a couple of months, pretty much day in, day out. I love them. They are fully waterproof. It is actually surprising of how good they are. because this is what I have to compare it with. So my experience has not really been adventure boots, and with all of this stuff, this is I think it's the Sand 4H2O stuff that is layered up. There's a thermal layer which I have currently removed, a waterproof layer, and the outer shell. Same with the jacket. And this is the waterproof layer that goes on top of it. And also my helmet, which is the new RI Touring X5. I love this helmet, so comfortable, great field of view. To be honest, with all of this kit and the waterproof gear and how comfortable I am on the bike, it's just complete different experience of just not thinking about being wet. So I am definitely enjoying this, getting into this whole adventure bike style, and more than anything, on top of it all, it's the most comfortable bike that I have owned throughout these 10 years of my riding. I started on a Ninja 300, a CBF 1000, I had a couple of Triumphs, and then I had the GT. So it's been an interesting journey in terms of changing bikes, and here's where I am. So yeah, very happy with the setup. In terms of changes in the bike, I only have put my quad lock, or I bought a quad lock for it, and I am also going to order a luggage system, but more on that later on.
God dag. Den skal til Jondal, sant? Ja. Ja, takk. Wow, what a place. So this is called the Fonna Glacier ski resort. It's actually a summer ski resort, although it seems to be closed today, probably because of the maintenance they're doing on the lift. And it was such an enjoyable ride up here. Probably the most challenging ride I've done on the Himalayan so far, although it wasn't very challenging with the Himalayan because it was just so easy to handle, and across those narrow paths and roads, just so enjoyable. And it is quite cold up here now. I'm gonna see if I can fly my drone, although it's raining on and off. It's been raining on and off pretty much since I've left Bergen. So let's see if I can manage to get some drone footage to show you. So beautiful. It's quite a powerful view at Glacier behind me.
Okay, I'm back and mission successful because I've managed to find some fresh apple juice from Haranga, which is quite famous for its apples. I've already had a taste, it's delicious. It has quite a sweet sour taste and some fresh apples as well. So all around it's been a successful day. I've just went over 2,000 kilometers on the bike. It's now nearly 2,100. Today was 220 kilometers, roughly, round trip. And yeah, it's been a really enjoyable day. Shout out to my friend Frederick, who actually recommended this place, the Glacier. He went there with his car last year, so thanks to him for a great recommendation on an awesome day out with the Himalayan. I'll tell you one thing about the bike. Since I've bought the bike 2 months ago and 2,000 kilometers on, there hasn't been one single occasion that I've jumped on the bike, whether it's been a short ride to the shop or doing a longer ride. There hasn't been one single time that I haven't thought to myself, what a well-balanced, lovely machine. Really enjoying the bike. Everything about it is very engaging. When I want it to be comfortable and relaxing, it is, and when I want it to be a little bit more exciting, dropping gears and having a little bit more fun with it, it has absolutely the capability to do so. So couldn't be happier with the bike and couldn't be more excited to share more content along this journey. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and coming along, and see you next time. Bye.